Yeah, because I wasn't able to see the no.
Yeah, now I'm recording. It's just that all the stuff that I was saying is not worth it that you guys see it again. But okay, so here we have your grades, and then I'm gonna take by random. By random, I'm gonna take this assignment. Assignment 11. I don't know your name, your numbers. So let's check this one. Okay, nice. Oh, I guess I should share you my computer sound, right? So as I do, how can I share my computer sound? Advanced sharing options. Oh, you cannot hear my computer, do you?
No, teacher.
No.
This is sounding pretty. Oh, share computer sound. Maybe now. Can you hear it now?
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, who did this one?
I did it.
Okay, so we have small. Is everything? Is it an MP3 or it's a synthetic generated with the web audio API?
I know it's the one I made with Super Collider.
Oh, I see. So you just trigger the audio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe the next step would be that you generate these sounds with the web audio API. Of course, it's not as simple. You will have to write again all the synthesis engine, but it's pretty nice. Okay, sounds good. We can give you a clap. Bravo. Okay, let's check another one. Let's check this one. Oh, who has this one? Designing GS. The person that submitted this assignment. I don't know who. Let me go to my list here.
Me, teacher. Yo.
Oh, there is no HTML file here. There is just a
Yes, teacher.
JavaScript.
Only click it.
Oh,
It's
I
the name.
understand. Nine. Oh, wow.
Control
Okay.
panning in the Y-axis.
Yes, control panning in the Y-axis. And what about in the X?
The
No?
volume.
Oh. The only issue is that is.
It's my MP3. It's very
Okay.
short.
Maybe you should move it, right? Also, be careful with your panning. Your panning is just going between 0 and 1. And then we cannot listen to the left. It should go between -1 and 1 so you can get it, right? But your graphics are interesting in that sense. Nice. Good assignment. Let's check this one. Trying to, oh.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a weird one.
Uh-huh.
What I actually, this is not really my code. I found it in one of the pages that we've been using, the GitHub, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, okay, maybe I can change the design and I can incorporate a little bit of the code that we did, the part of using the mouse as a volume node.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tried to incorporate it, it did not work. So what I was trying to do, I was trying to make that if the mouse was going near to the clock, the volume would go up, and it was going further and farther from the clock. it would go down, but I didn't manage to do it. So I think the most that I did was putting the audio, the button, and changing the design of it.
I see. Let's hear it. And what happens when you press the audio button?
It's supposed to play an MP3. I guess it should be playing, but I'm not sure.
No, it's not playing. Something is happening here. Failed to load resource. Maybe you are pointing to another directory or you forgot to upload the audio in the folder.
Yeah, maybe some of it. But yeah, it was what I was trying to do.
Okay, I see. Yeah, the audio folder, the audio is not here. Unless
Right.
it was pointing to an audio from the web. Yeah, it's not here, right?
Yeah, I think I forgot it. But yeah,
Okay.
that was what I was trying to do.
I see. Good, very good. Mario Belmonte. Let's check Mario Belmonte. Mario Belmonte has an MP3, Cielo Rojo. Wow, okay. Nostalgia.
I did some time ago, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's really simple code. I was trying to do a lot of other things, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna try and do simple code, and that's it.
Oh, but it's not Cielo Rojo, the mariachi song.
Oh, it's another song that I made.
Be careful with your distortions. There are some distortions here. This is volume there, then, right?
Yeah.
And what about the Y? Is the Y doing something?
Oh, the wire isn't doing something. I was trying to do like.
Okay, this is just volume. But as far as I can hear, you have an issue because, as far as I can see, your volume is exceeding 1. You're having distortions, so probably it's going from 0 to 2. Check that. Careful with that. Okay. Let's check now. Oh, this is a RAR. This is a RAR. I don't think I can open a RAR file at this point. Give me just 1 second to see if I can open the RAR file. Yes. That's it. Tarea 11. So, who did this one?
That's mine.
Oh, could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I just put the play button and stop button, and while you are moving around the x-axis, it's like you turn the volume on, and the y-axis is the panning, but I have issues. I couldn't get for example, when you go down, you just go extremely to the right, but once you go to the upper part, you just go to the center part. So I don't know how to split it.
What is the Esperamos button doing?
Yeah, it's just a stop.
Oh, I see. Nice. Well, it's like painting with music, right?
Yeah.
Good. It's good.
Was trying to
we can check all because it seems that the issues that you are having, guys, pretty much many of you have the same issues in the panning and the level, so we can check that in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Who did this one? Eduardo. Yeah, same issue. Panning is.
Yeah, the same issue. I was checking with Alfaro, and we find that if we multiply the canvas by 1 or by 10, we can do the panning, but
it's extremely aggressive.
Yes, because if we don't multiply the canvas with a number, if you put the mouse into the y-axis upper, it doesn't panning, but if you put it down, it panning to the right.
Okay.
And we didn't know how to solve it.
Yeah,
and
to become more softer.
And in my assignment, I put that if we press the button into the Canva, the circle changed to another color, and I think that was pretty attractive to start drawing something.
Okay. Okay. So the same issue. We will check it once we are done with this one. Okay. Good. Now, what about this one? 60, 76, 72. This one. Estefania, you around?
I have to say you something before that. I couldn't make like the code of animation. I mean, if you check it's like the code from one of your links that you posted on Blackboard, and I did copy it and try to adapt it so it would work, but I couldn't make it like show on Chrome. But if you check the Sublime code, it is there.
Oh, you're saying that you code when we are here. It's this one, right? It's the 6992? No.
No, it is
6994, right?
Nope, it is 77672.
Oh, 77672. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's check it. Let's give it a try. So this is your code, right? Good. Can you see my code? Can you see the size of my letters?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not the. Oh yeah, it is that one.
It is the. Can you see it properly? Can you see the size of the window? Yes, you can see it well, right?
Yep.
Okay, so, okay, you're saying that you are having an issue because you cannot see the canvas.
Yep.
Right? The first thing that we can try is just check it's 77672, right?
Yep.
Okay, as soon as I open this file, if you check here, you will see uncaught. There is an exception talking in line 41, okay? So this is a grammar issue. You are forgetting a comma or a semicolon or something like that, okay?
Yep.
So let's just keep it in line. It seems there is a problem in line 41, okay? So let's check. You are having this style, you are having your audio, no big deal, right? Then you are having your script. So by the way, just be careful, penalty noise. You are not having your, where is your reference to the processing JavaScript?
What do you mean by the reference of this?
Yeah, if we go to one of our previous examples, like the audiovisual one that we have here, please give me just 1 second. If we go to our class number 11, right? And we go, you will see that our web page is making reference to it's making reference first to the processing JavaScript, right? Is that okay?
Yep.
And this script, you need to have it, otherwise you won't be able to load that library. So if this is Stefania, as far as I can see, you don't have that script loaded, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I have to, so that's why I didn't put it, but now I see that. Why is that working?
Okay, so well, maybe it's still not working even if we put that. So we go here and we can see that we have it in the head. So we are gonna put it in the head, okay? First thing to do, okay? Second thing to do, because that doesn't seem to be the mistake. So I'm gonna reload this page And still now we have an error now on page in line 42, okay? So Stefania, if we go here to line 42, okay? You guys, if you can help me to find the issue, would be nice. Options, running, number string, distortion, strength, scalar, and step. Line 42. Why it seems that we have a problem in line 42? We have a palette. This should be fine. Set canvas size. Well, why are you a GUI? Where did you get all of this code?
From one of your links. I mean, I suppose that one of your links that you posted on Blackboard was that we could use them. So I used the one from it. I think it's called Perlin. It is from one of the lines that are blue. I think it is red and yellow. So I copied it because I thought that we were supposed to copy it like exactly as it is and adapt it to our code, and that's what I did. I changed something, but just like nothing really important.
But did you include an audio thing here?
Yeah, it is from audio control.
Oh, okay. And are you getting the audio here at some point so you can modify it in some way?
No, I didn't know how to do that.
Okay, so you just add this thing. Okay, now I think let me check, because if there is no audio here, basically you just copy and paste the example that you have there. And if that is the case, we could have the issue. Did you copy also the HTML? Probably not, right?
No, I did that one like line by line. The one from the H1 style, it's equal to color and that. And I changed some things from the other code because there was like some other lines that weren't supposed to be there, so I erased them. And I also added some spaces, like with the tab one. And I try to connect it, but it seems like I didn't.
Yeah, okay, let me see, because did you type it or did you copy and paste?
No, I typed some of the things. I mean, I copy and paste, but I did change because at the first line after the JavaScript, there wasn't like, could you put the code? Please?
Yes, although let me explain you a couple of things. I think when you copy this code, it was not semicolon but comma. Okay, yeah. And now that we have the comma, it's giving you many other mistakes, right? Because
yeah,
it's telling you.
Change the variables.
Okay, that's fine, but this as it is, this couldn't have worked when you modify it. At some point, you did so many changes that it was not working. In addition to the variables, right? So what about if we? Because look, the mistakes that you are having now, in cut type error cannot read property get content of null. There are many things that are attached. What I really recommend, because this could take us a lot of minutes to fix, is that we have a mentoring moment during the week, or right, to check this, because it could take us a lot of time to fix it. Is that fine?
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
No, it's okay. Let's go to another one. What about this one? Oh, whoa. Who did this one?
I did.
Okay, very nice.
But
yes?
I think you should click on it. and the music starts. I think so.
Okay, there are many, as you can see here, there is a bunch of uncut exceptions, right?
Yes.
So we're blocking a frame with origin HTTP listen repeat, okay?
Yeah, it's just that at first I don't know why the first thing that came up on to mind was that it needs some music to dance to, right? So I looked up how to use background music, just
Okay.
background music, and then I thought of using a button, right? So when I did the button, it worked, but only if I left the background music. If I erased that link you clicked on, my button didn't work. So I didn't know what to do. So
Guys, nice. Well, this is a funny exercise. I feel that it is a really good exercise, but it has some issues, right? In terms of mixing.
yes,
Um, it's good. It's good that you take the challenge for doing this complex project, but it's also important that when you work with this kind of code, you could understand what is happening. So today you decide to work in a big program and try to modify it, which is really good. And sometimes it's good to start in something really small and trying to growing it up. In this particular case, we're having issues because we're trying to connect to servers with music, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, it would be nice that this project moves according to the to the to the music, right? That could be
yeah.
also something very interesting to do. But it's nice. It's really good.
Thank you.
Which one? 7714. 7714, I think is the next one. 7714 game music. Hey guys, be careful with these kind of names. If you put parentheses or dots or things like that as the names of your MP3s, you could start to have issues with your you could have issues with your codes. Okay. Let me see because I have some chat. Oh, people is saying, thank you, cute, Fernanda. Okay, now this one, what about this one?
Teacher, I don't know what happened. I think I uploaded the wrong. Well, I'm watching that I uploaded the wrong code.
Okay.
I don't know if I can re-upload it.
I think you can. I think you can.
Okay, I just noticed that because I created a zip.
Okay.
So okay.
Wow. Jared? Is this an MP3 also?
Sorry?
Is it an MP3?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you got this code in some of the examples, right?
Yeah, it was just like the circles, like circling around, and they were of another color. But what I tried to do was more like the visuals.
Okay.
First, I managed to increase and modify the volume with the mouse. That was like the first thing that I did. But then I got like more more carefully with the visuals, which I tried to make the canvas bigger in order to see more circles and more circles, because
at the first time it was like very, very small, and changing like the background of the page and also the background of the canvas. So that was it. And I think when you move the mouse, they like vibrate or something like that.
Okay. Well, it's good. Now, the next step, if I were you, is that this guy moves according to the music. That could be very nice. You get the audio, and if the music is making a beat, this moves as the beat of the music automatically,
I
right?
tried to do that, but
yeah.
I didn't know how to detect like the transients in order to move the, well, anything that I wanted to move.
No, I understand. It's not simple. It's not simple, but you should try to do it in the future, right? This is good exercise. Nice.
Maybe for project.
Maybe that could be an option. Okay. Ricardo. Oh, by the way, if you, as you can see here, for example, when I try to see the one that is from Jared, okay, and I go directly to the assignment, I cannot go anymore to the sketch. I cannot see the content that it's inside. That's because your sketch should be called index, I guess, right? Index.html. And for example, on this one, Ricardo, because it's not called HTML, I have to go directly to the HTML. So it's a good exercise. It's good to call them index.html. Wow. Oh, nice. Turn on. This is cute. Okay. Is this your music?
Yeah, a little cover that I did of some video game song.
Pause. Okay, that's nice. And then this is moving, and then they are changing from black to gray. Okay, nice. Okay, you put a background as an image. You create complex shapes. You apply the logic of the gradient that we did, and then you put the audio. Okay, that's good. That's good. Nice. And at least Aldo. Aldo, are you around?
I think he's having problems with his connection because he lives like in a pueblito, and he says that he's always having problems, but he's fixing them right now.
Okay. Well, it seems that there is a little bit of code with Aldo. Aldo is how can I see the ID? It's the ID 8593, 8593, 8593, 8593, 8593. 8593, and yes, you can check this code here, 8593. And it seems that it is, I guess it's this one. It seems there is a mistake on line 24. Okay, the bounds of the trigonometry. Okay, yeah, and I think the problem is the same one. This should be commas. Okay, these should be commas. So if we save this, now we could have another issue. Toxic is not defined, which could be a problem on line 20. So if we go to toxic, new toxic geometry, we have an issue here, right? And as far as I can see, the problem with this code is also that we do not have on the HTML, we do not have the processing, the script for this script on the header. So although if we put this on the header, oh, we have an issue here because we don't have a header here. So we are forgetting the header, okay? Header, and then in the header, we put the script. Let's give it a second try. And then we have another problem. And it seems that the problem still be that we don't have toxic here, right? And I think that the problem of not having Toxi is that Toxi is part of another library that somebody else did and you didn't import it. So this is also a complex issue to solve. So we're not going to spend more time on this one, but it's okay. So, okay, well, we're giving a small overview to your assignments, guys. Not all of you upload an assignment. I get that many of you are going to want to explain it, and we're not going to spend time with that. Just please upload your assignments because they are an important part of your grades. So it's not the same to upload a project with problems that upload a project that doesn't upload anything. So be careful with that. You will have more time to upload this assignment, okay? But you are gonna add it to the current project. So don't forget to upload or fix your assignments, right? But it's okay, good. Now, another thing that I was expecting is that you were not playing just an MP3 file, but doing sound synthesis with the Web Audio API related to the sound. But obviously we are going to start to see that kind of things in the I would say in the final projects. Okay, but today we have to cover a new topic. Okay, so any question or comment? No. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and please let me know if you still see my screen.
Yes.
Yes?
We do.
Okay, good. Well, and then let me close these assignments. Yeah, well, and then I will close this one too. Okay, these are Web Audio API. Okay, so we have this here, and then we have this one closed here. Okay, that's it. And then, okay, well, new topic. Guys, good morning. We start again. Okay. Another thing that is really powerful in terms of music technology is, of course, because music is a huge industry and the web is all related with graphics and audio, it is common that we have a huge amount of industries and companies and people developing applications for audio. In the previous 10 years ago, when I was a company, I create my product and I sell you my product, and that was it, right? Over the last 10 years, there was a huge change in the paradigm of things. Companies start to develop integration, so you can integrate things. Why? Because if you integrate more things, you will have more connections with the real world. And the other thing also, sadly to say, is that if people start to give you the API, you become a person that works for the company in some sense, because I will be using, I mean, imagine that you create something and people can code with your thing. So people is going to start to create applications that are tied tied to this company, right? So free work, free labor work, because we're gonna work for Spotify today, okay? But still, you can do very nice things with that. So an API, I don't know if you know the meaning of API, but an API meaning, okay? The API is an application program interface, okay? An application of program interface is a set of routines, protocols, and tools for building software applications. Basically, an API specifies how software components should interact, okay? So it's just like in Lego, when you buy a Lego, you buy a set of blocks, right? Basically, what you are getting is a set of blocks and a small instructions materials about how you can combine these blocks, okay? And many companies create APIs. So if you just type Facebook API, for example, you are gonna end up here with a page called Developer Facebook, and they are gonna give you a huge explanation about how can you integrate APIs for marketing, APIs for graphs. 5 years ago, when there was no security issues and Facebook was not concerned about all the policies that are happening now, you could write applications very nice because you can trigger who was friend of whom. Now you cannot do that anymore for security reasons. It's very hard, but you can do these type of things. Many of these APIs, because the applications happens on the web, works with something that is called the REST paradigm, okay? And the right paradigm, REST, okay? REST is known as, where is it? Representational state transfer, okay? And it's very common that you will get a little bit about what is the REST, okay? But you can transferencia de estados representacional, okay? So la transferencia de estado, well, we can go to English, right? Representational state transfer is a software architecture that defines a set of constraints to be used for creating web services. So it's very common that many of these way for interacting with companies happens with these kind of architecture or protocols, okay? Now, based on that, you can go to many of the companies, for example, SoundCloud, which are you obvious, well, I guess you are familiar with SoundCloud. SoundCloud is this company that you can upload pieces of music or pieces of sound, and then it's like a small ecosystem of sounds, which little by little is becoming more a place for uploading music. But in the past, it was for more sound-oriented examples. And so if you go to SoundCloud API, okay, you will end up with developer SoundCloud, where they are gonna tell you a lot of things about what you need to do in order to build an application that uses their sound engine connected to your own application. Is that okay? SoundCloud. If you go to freesound, right, .org, which is this nice
library
web page, or yeah, it's not a library, it is more like a repository of sounds, right? Which millions, I don't know if they reached the millions, but probably they did, of sounds, right? You could see, and they have these representations, and you can search for bark of a dog, and then you can see all these different sounds of barking, and pretty much all of them, if you upload something, it should be Creative Commons, which means that you have permission to use these sounds, not for a movie, not for a commercial movie, but for your own projects, you could do it, right? And then but what happens if you want to create a web page that automatically connects to the sounds of freesound? you will have to go to Free Sound API, right? And you again are gonna end up with these connections, Free Sound API communications. And then here you can see pretty much all of them works directly by connecting through the HTML. However, sometimes you want a wrapper. You follow what I'm saying? The pure connection happens only with the HTML protocol. It's just calling to the HTML page, right? However, sometimes you want to wrap. You know what does wrapping means? A wrapper is wrapper. Wrapper is a envoltura, okay? So there is some wrappers or some codes that are created on top of the regular API in case that you want to use Python, in case that you want to use JavaScript, in case that you want to use, look, Super Collider. So you can, for example, use Super Collider for getting sounds from Free Sound and apply the sound effects of Super Collider to modify your free sounds, okay? Does that make sense? Yes, guys? Is everything clear at this point? So you can have also a free sound. And of course, the other one that is huge is Spotify API. If you go to the Spotify API, you will see that they have a huge way for doing it. So imagine that you want to create an application because you want to, yes, you are a guy, you are a person that want to do exercise, but you want the music, right? The music that you are listening get automatically selected based on the speed that you are having. So if I'm jogging or I'm running, I want the music to get a BPM based on on the rhythm of that I'm playing, that I'm running. Okay. Well, that is something that requires a lot of that exists. But imagine that you want to create your own application for that, right? You will need to get the accelerometer information of your cell phone. You will need to get the accelerometer information of your cell phone, right? Let me go here. Give me just 1 second. So first of all, you will need to get all the developer tools for coding an Android application, right? Let's say that. Maybe you want to use Unity, which probably you have heard about it. It's an engine for writing video games or something, right? Then you will have the accelerometer information. Your cell phone has something that can measure how is it move, right? Then you will have to write the code that analyzes the signal, analyze this signal, right? In order to estimate how are you moving, because I'm running, right? Because I'm running, I have a moment when my foot hits the floor that has a huge impact on the signal, right? Then I will need to add all these values, estimate all these values, and get an average, right? Average. And then once that you get a number, let's say that I'm running a 90 BPM, okay? I will need to connect to Spotify, and then I will need to go to my user account. I will go to the user account, and then I will say from my library, search for the songs that I have selected on my playlist, morning exercise or morning running, and search for the one that is closest to 90. It will search for it, and it will get one that is at 91 maybe, and then it's going to start to play, okay? And that should happen every 30 seconds. So if I start to run faster, then I have to repeat this issue. As you can see, this project involves many things, but one important thing is the connection to the Spotify library, right? And these are so there are many blogs around there that you need to create. Do you follow? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question. Well, I worked a year ago, I think, in Xamarin, and I think that it has like a library of that of the accelerometer of the phone,
Uh-huh.
and I think that well, it automatically give you the VPMs. So I think that with that library you can well link as you are saying in this moment.
Yes, so you already have in, are you saying the Shamari or something like that? Is the library for coding web application?
Xamarin is the like the software of developing,
Yes.
but it has like a library called when Xamarin Essentials,
Okay.
and the class is accelerometer test.
Okay, so that means that you already have this, somebody else already did this section for you, right? This part
Yes,
of
I
your
think.
project is already done for somebody else. Now, the only thing that you need to do is once that you get the BPM, you still have to do the connection to the audio, right? This part
Yes.
has to be done. So it is just one example of what you can do. But in order to do that, you will need to create these things, right? So based on that, is giving you a lot of information that it would be good if you are interested in these topics. It is where you can do it, right? You can get the URL of a piece, you can get information about the date, and of course, these persons are not hermanitas descalzas ni hermanitas de la caridad, right? These are huge industries that makes a lot of money. So basically what they're saying is that if you get a connection of less, let's say 1,000 times per day, it's fine. But as soon as your application becomes popular, they can trace you and they can, because they are gonna give you an ID for doing the connections. And once that you have that connections, you will have to pay them if you want to include the library in your application. But for the general purposes, that would be a nice situation that they say your application is a hit, you will have to pay us, because that probably means that you are also could monetize your application. Otherwise, it would be free for you guys. Okay, so this is all of the things that you can be doing by connecting. Okay, and then you will have to do this is a huge documentation. What happened when you connect and you do not have permissions? What happened when you connect but you have spent a lot of connections, the rate limit, and so on and so on and so on. I invite you guys to check all of these materials. Right now, what can you do with these materials? Well, what you can do with these materials are, for example, I'm not saying this is just an example about, this is a nice application for L visualization. This is just some example, right? These visualize the influence of Elvis Presley on modern music, okay? Move over an artist to graph below to see whether they're influenced directly or indirectly by Elvis Presley, right? So we have this nice visualization where we have Elvis Presley, and Elvis Presley was, I don't know, the Beatles were influenced by Elvis Presley, and Peter Gabriel was influenced by the Beatles, and Goethe was influenced by Peter Gabriel, right? This is just a visualization, and Madonna was influenced by the Beatles, and maybe also who Queen was influenced by Elvis Presley, and then Joe Satriani was influenced by Queen, right? How did they got all of this information? They went to the paragraph that described the group. You know what? That when you are in Spotify, you get the Spotify. Let me open it. When you are here and you go to about an artist, right? I don't know. Let's go to this one. Ruben Gonzalez. I don't know. Okay. Uh, Acerca de, right? And you have this information here, right? And then you can get information about that, right? Then you can create connections with different groups. This is just one example about the visualization. This is another one that is pretty interesting, okay? I like this one. This is interesting because you can write music, okay? This came from, let me show you just how I came to this one. I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna close this one. And then I will also close this one. From this one, okay? Discover for developers. What can you do with this? You can, for example, get features of the audio, okay? You can get, for example, what is the danceability of a song? What is the energy of a song? What is the tempo of a song? You can get if the song has sound or not, okay? So you can say, please create an automatically playlist with all my music that do not have voice, just instrumental music, okay? But you don't have to do it by hand. They already, when they upload a song, when Spotify get the rights to play a song, right? They analyze the signal and they put some information on that song saying this song do not have voice, or if it's in live or acoustic, or for example, which is the timbre or the pitches and things like that about the song, right? You can also get, and then they have examples about that. For example, some of them are working, some of them, I guess they are not working. Musical data, right? This is a piece where some of them are not working anymore because they changed the API, but let's check this one. No, this one is not working, or unless it is connecting. No, I think it's not, bye-bye, it's not working, okay? But let's check this one, for example, Spotify audio analysis. Let's check this one. Okay, well, I will have to connect in order to be able to analyze my music, so I'm not gonna do it right now. But I want you guys to explore that, okay? So you can have audio analysis, okay? You can also play, obviously, music. Play it, you can merge it in your web browser or embed it in another one, okay? For example, what is this? Runkeeper. With this app, you can listen to all your music on the run while keeping track of your workout. Okay, an application connected, right? Recommendations. This is also a very hot topic, is that you give a song and it will give you what song people is listening at the same time. Or, I mean, if people listen Muse, probably they also listen Coldplay. I don't know. You can agree with that or maybe not, but there is a recommendation. It's more highly probably, it is more common that people that listen Coldplay listen Muse that Oscar Chavez, right? Yeah, it's Oscar Chavez is far away, that the distance between that. So you can create maps, okay? Imagine that you can create your taste map. You can create, right, based on one musician. For example, I love K. Jarrett. K. Jarrett, okay? Okay, well, K. Jarrett is here. Who is a musician that plays closer to K. Jarrett? K. Jarrett is a piano jazz player, so maybe Herbie Hancock is here. Herbie Hancock is here. Brad Mendo is here, right? And if Herbie Hancock is here, probably, and then I start to move to the rock domain, whoa. And I go to the rock domain, and then I go to the rock domain. Probably around here is Medensky, Martin, and Wood. Okay, another group. And then around here, you can understand what I'm saying, right? I'm building a map about the kind of music that is connected. So, and if this is Brad Mendo, then probably here I can have, I don't know, I'm just far away. We have an arbo part here. I'm from arbo part here because Brad Mendo has also played some avant-garde music. We can put Ligeti here, and then I can create a territory about that, right? Actually, Kay Jarrett played some of the album part music and this situation. But for me, for my map, for the map that I'm building, right? OV7 is far away from this territory, right? Far away, okay? You understand that? Okay, well, you can build that particular maps with this kind of, oops, with this kind of maps that you have here, okay? You can also have search. You can have also record played. Okay, this is, what is the real app that integrates? Record Player is an internet Rob Goldberg machine that combines the Google Cloud Vision API and the Spotify to play albums based on a picture of the album cover. Oh, nice. So you send a picture and then you listen based on the cover. Artist Explorer, let's check this one, right? Just to see if it's working, right? Let's check if it's working. Artist Explorer, okay, nice. Search for an artist. Madonna. Search for a render, rock, okay? And then you create a playlist. So, what's happening here? I don't know if this is working or not. It doesn't seem it's working, right? Let's check the video that is here just to see. Can you hear my computer? Maybe not.
No, we can't.
Okay, well, this is just an advertisement. I don't know why it's not working, but theoretically it should explore artists based on some taste. Okay, well, now how can we, and then you can get information, and then you can have, this is very important for us today, you can have 30 seconds of the available track for commercial purposes. You have the right to play 30 seconds of sound without permission, right? If you play more than 30 seconds, you are saying that you will need to have the rights to play it. But if it's smaller, then it's fine, which is really good for us because, for example, we have here explore micro genders of music. This is the one I was telling you. Every noise at once. Explore over 1,030 microgenders of music. And this is the one that I was telling you here, right? So if I go here and I search for an artist, Kay Jarrett, okay? Kay, how do you get Jarrett? Oh, Kay Jarrett. Okay, Kay Jarrett. Is it written like that? Sorry, that one doesn't seem to be on any of these maps yet. Wow. So let's refer another one. Okay, that's it. Muse is a group that is permanent wave, modern rock, and post-grunge, right? Okay, that's the group. Okay, well, give me music of modern rock, and it's gonna create a map. Can you see this, right? It's creating a map with a bunch of music that is in the domain of that. And then Panic at Disco, A Perfect Circle, Eagles of Death Metal, Imagine Dragons, Walk to the Moon, The Neighbors, Rat Boy. Do you understand this? Do you know these bands? I don't, to be honest, I don't know many of them. Oasis, Dinosaur. Are you familiar with this music? I'm not, to be honest. Not a lot. Capital cities. Cage the elephant. But what is very nice about this visualization is that if we have modern rock, okay, we have English Indian rock here, and then we have Frankfurt indie, and then the size of the word means that the popularity of that gender, right? Chamber pop, modern blues and rock, Idiotechnica, alternative dance, pop, dance pop, okay? How close are we from modern rock to noise pop, okay? And then you can build a map based on the groups. These are the groups that are classified inside modern, where we have in the center, a very big, Imagine Dragons. Do you know Imagine Dragons?
Yes, they're good.
No, okay, nice. Okay, and then if I click in Imagine Dragons, I don't hear anything, and I should, but I don't know. Now, would you say that Imagine Dragons is close to Brandon Flowers?
Yeah.
And then you can open Spotify to listen that. Okay, it opens to the Spotify browser. Okay, it's already here. Brandon Flowers. Now it's on my Spotify, right? And then I can go to Panic at the Disco. Oh, now it's working. Some of them can be played. Okay, so, okay, you got the idea. Okay, you got the idea about this. Well, now, how can you hear me? Because now I don't know if, can you still hear to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, and then as you can see, you can create applications to do that. Well, based on that, I start to jiggle around to see if there was any basic example that we can use in order to apply a very simple one. And I came up with this guy, okay? It turns out that this guy that is here, okay, JM Perez, okay, JM Perez seems that he worked at Spotify at some point, and now he works at Facebook, and he created a couple of very basic examples about how to connect the web audio API with the Spotify, which is what I was looking for. I just googled web audio API Spotify, and little by little I came with this set of codes. I don't know if I'm explaining things that are very obviously for you or not. I don't know if you're familiar with GitHub, for example. GitHub is a commercial repository where you can upload source code. It's like the previous Dropbox. Before Dropbox has been around for over 10 years, maybe, or maybe less. Dropbox, yeah, maybe 10 years. Before that, there was no Dropbox. But there was this kind of things. People in the code, in the programming industry already developed kind of Dropbox. Dropbox is the house version of all of these repositories, but this is focused on source codes, right? And then you can upload your code there, and then you can share it, and then you can download versions if you modify something and you're working with a team and somebody else working something in another part. You can merge them, you can compare versions, and it's a very, very common to work in GitHub if you are developing codes, okay? So in that case, it seems that this guy create two examples that I want to show you. One is one that is calculating the bits of the audio in BPM. The other one is, and this is very important, He is the guy that create the wrapper, as we were mentioning, a wrapper for the Spotify web to JavaScript, okay? So if we go here, we can see that this is a lightweight wrapper for the Spotify web API that include all the functions of the regular one as a library, okay? And it's telling you what you can do. We will be using his library, okay? The Spotify. Now, the Spotify web API. Now, another thing that he created, very nice. He created this Beat Audio API, okay? And he gave us the source code. This project uses the Web Audio API to calculate it. So we can open it here, I open it here, and then we can put here a name of a track. I will put again Madonna Material Girl, okay? I search for the track, and then it's gonna give us that Material Girl, right, is 91 BPM, okay? And then other options would be 137, 136, 109, and 135, okay? However, the tempo according to Spotify is 136, okay? What he is doing, because I already read this thing, is that he is doing an estimate. Spotify has something that is more precise. He wrote an algorithm to estimate the BPM, and he's comparing what he estimates, right, with the one that Spotify is giving. And it seems that one is pretty similar to one that Spotify is giving. And then he created a small visualization about the time and the track that is happening, right? And he's explaining all of the things that he is doing, okay? Okay, this is pretty nice. Then he create also, right? He create also another one that is karaoke, okay? This karaoke one, it's also pretty nice because you can drag an MP3, okay? And you can activate a karaoke version, okay? For right now, I want to use the demo, here for a demo. Without the voice. Okay, how can we do that? By the way, do you know how to remove the voices of an audio signal?
It's impossible, doesn't it?
You can do it with Audacity, right?
Yeah, we did it in Audacity one time, I remember.
How did you do it?
It's like, I don't know if you first freeze the track, and after that...
You have to make it stereo, right? Like stereo, and then you have to... it was a weird thing. You have to reverse one audio, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, you need to reverse.
Invert the polarity.
Well, yeah, what do you mean with reverse, and what do you mean with inverse the polarity? Yes, you are near to what we are looking for. Yes.
Inverting the polarity is like if we have one part of the sinusoidal positive, if you invert the polarity, then it's negative. So the certain frequencies are cancelled, and then they can't listen.
Yes. So, well, then technically speaking, you cannot remove the voice of a signal. And we think we talk about this a couple of times. The way we as humans, our brain integrates music and can understand and can pay attention to one particular sound in a piece of music. You love to hear, I don't know, you are listening a jazz trio, and you have the piano, the drums, and the bass. And for some reason, you want to pay attention to the bass. You can focus your attention to the bass, right? What is called the cocktail effect. If you're in a party, right, and there are 4 conversations at the same time, and you have people in different tables, and for some reason somebody says something that attracts to you, they are talking about music, you can focus on that conversation, and you can remove from your brain, from your perception, other conversations, and just focus on the conversation that you are interested. Well, that perceptual ability that we have hasn't been created in a computer. We are like, in the same way that we haven't solved cancer, and we haven't solved VIH, and we haven't solved the coronavirus. There is no vaccine for the coronavirus because people is working on that, but there is no solution. The same is happening with that. We have signals, we can get information about the signals, we can infer many things about the signals, but we are not in the step for removing things. The day that somebody comes with an algorithm where you put a music, right? You put your final, what another group that you like, I don't know, the Cocteau Twins piece, and then you end up with a multi-track version where here you have the guitar, where you have the voice, where you have here the drums, and you have here the keyboards, right? That day, wow, interesting things are going to start to happen, right? But so far, you cannot do it. There are some projects that are very interesting because, for example, when you put a guitar and then a transcription for generating a score from the audio. Well, if it's a guitar and you know that it's a guitar, and you know that a guitar can only play three notes at the same time, you can make the big problem you can just focus on a small section of the problem, and these can be partially solved. So there are good transcribers for piano, good transcribers for guitar, right? But you cannot generalize to extract all the different layers of audio, right? So technically speaking, you cannot remove the voice from a signal. However, there are some tricks that you can do, okay? Because pretty much all music in the industry is a stereo signal. You have a stereo signal, which is pretty similar from the left to the right. It is very common. Experimental music is not doing that and things like that. But in the pop general industry, you have the voice in the center, right, of your audio, of your panning. This is left, this is center, and this is right. And then people decide to spread it over, right? The voice is in the center, and then they put the guitar here, and maybe they put the bass here, and then they put the drums, the hi-hat here, and the tarola here, and they do this type of things just for mixing the audio, right? Because the voice is in the center. But in order to have a sound in the center, that means that the same signal is in the left and the right channel, right? In the left and the right channel, right? But the guitar that is only on the right channel, it's here, right? But it's not here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? Is everybody understanding
Yes, teacher.
what I'm explaining? So, and then we also know that there is something called the phase in a signal. So if we have a signal like this one on one signal like this one, and then we have the same signal, okay, on the other side, what's going to happen if we add them, okay? Well, we are gonna
cancellation.
cancel that signal, which is an issue when you are working with speakers in some kind of situations, right? Sometimes you have to be careful to do not generate a cancellation by mistake, but then you cancel. So that means also that if then in a regular pop music you have your left signal, okay, then you have your right signal, but you cancel the signal. So I'm gonna shift it 100 degrees, okay? If you shift it or you move it, then you're gonna have the opposite signal, right? And what happens if you add them? Well, everything that is in the same, in left and right will be canceled, right? But not the things that are different, right? Not the things that are different. But because the things that are not different are the guitar and the drums and the bass, but only the voice is in the center, you at least are gonna decrease what is in the center of the panning scope, okay? So you will be removing basically the voice. Okay, well, that's nice. Now, how do you do that in code? Well, what this guy decided to do, and this is the code, karaoke code. So what I'm gonna do right now, actually, is I already did it, is I'm gonna download the code, okay? I will download the zip, I will unzip the code, and I will put it in my folder from my server, right? Which is already here, karaoke GS page. Now, I can run the version that I already have there. I can open it here. No, not like this. This is a mistake. I have to open it as local host in my local host karaoke here. And this is the same page now working on my local server. But the nice thing also is that I can also check the code. Okay, so let's explore a little. Whoa, 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 whoa. How can I move this? Sorry, I'm in a problem. Okay, okay. So how can I check that? Well, I can go to the karaoke and then I have a README file and I have an index and I have an audio. Okay, because in the demo they have an audio. Good. I have a CSS, which is a style sheet. I will put it here just to see how they did the style sheet. Okay, I have also image. This is just the favicon, so I don't get the mistake. The favicon is the little image that appears here, right? So if you don't put it, they don't know what to do, and they are going to tell you, I don't have a favicon. So he solved that by putting the by putting the favicon. That's good. And then I also have a script, which are these two scripts. Okay, I will put them here. And I also have the index HTML. Now, this is all the things that you need to do that project. It's a little bit big. It's not huge, but it has an HTML with a header and a body. And then in the body, he has different materials and a footer. Okay, that sounds good. This web page, this code, is the one that is generating this code. Okay, sounds good. Okay, now he has a style sheet. The style sheet is the one that is telling the colors and the header and the file drag and the main and the footer. You understand that? I'm expecting that you can at least understand the idea. Yes, anybody want to say something?
Yeah, I was wondering what is a footer?
Oh, the footer is the section, right? That is in the lower part of this page. So if I'm here, the footer, I guess this is the footer of the code. Actually, if we can change the footer and then we change, I don't know, background color, background color, and we put it in red, okay? And I save it and I refresh. Oops, why don't we see anything in red? Well, maybe the footer text align center, background color red, padding button, I'm gonna say 100 just to see what's happening. Okay, yeah, this page do not have a footer. So if he had on the index a section in the footer, right? Okay, no, where it says Twitter.com, where is the Twitter.com? Is this one? Yeah, this should be red. Maybe it's because I'm not. Okay, that's it. I was not refreshing the CSS. I was not doing a force refresh. Remember that sometimes you need to force to refresh all the codes that are required in a code. I don't understand if I'm saying it properly. My browser, in order to save a memory of connections, is just gonna refresh the page. But if my page depends on other pages, right, I have to tell the browser, force refresh and load all the pages that are required. So I press Shift and then I refresh, which is like in, I don't know how to do it in, on the Windows computer, I just press Shift and then I refresh all the dependencies. So this is the footer, okay? So,
yeah,
and then you can spend time just by destroying pages, right? You just go here and you start to study this long code and then you say, okay, well, this is the title and this is a lot of meta information. This is, as you can see, the description, Twitter card, this icon, removing vocals, Twitter, meta links, whatever. I don't care about these links, bye-bye, okay? And I know that I can remove all of these, okay? And then I can start to remove this little thing, test. Then the body, a division. No, I don't care about this division. Bye-bye, okay? And then I can remove this. And then division class, division drop, and MP3 file. And maybe this one is important because it's the place where you're gonna put the audio. So I cannot remove this one. And then you can move, this one is also a paragraph, so I can remove it, right? And actually, bye-bye to the footer, bye-bye, okay? I will end up just with a small code that I can start to understand because I can see that I have a file drag, okay, a place where you can, oh, well, this is just a text. But this is important because the file container, it's gonna be input. Okay, these are just labels. This input is important, okay? This one that is here, the input one, it's the important one. I don't care about this one, this is just text, 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 okay? This is just text, so this is just text, bye-bye. And I can remove all of these things by, okay? Seems that I can remove these things, okay? Two important things that we are discovering, that we have to use the script JDataView and the one that is the script main JavaScript, okay? Let's check what is this guy doing. JDataViews by this guy, another person. He is using code from another person. A unique work to work with a binary file is this, okay? So let's see, yes, just for curiosity, check what is this little piece of code creating. And then we say, oh, data view, what is this? Okay, binary file. DataView provides convenient way to read and or modify binary data in all browsers, okay? And he is using that for getting information about the MP3, okay? All the metadata of the MP3. So he's just getting the information from the MP3. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know that. Now we know that. If I refresh this, I have this code, remove it, okay? And then, but this is a library, so I don't have to modify this code. All this is huge. These are 600 lines, but I don't need to touch them because this is just a library, okay? So I'm not gonna move it. This is just graphical representations in a CSS format, bye-bye, okay? Untitled, bye-bye. And then I will end up just with this one, which is the important one. This one, it has the init that is getting the document get element by the ID. That should sound familiar because that means that this get elements by ID should be familiar to us, because it's a way for getting content from the HTML, a connection to something, karaoke. We will go to that in a few seconds, okay? Disable the filter, demo audio, which is another event listener. What happens when you press the demo audio? You play a sound. This sound familiar. We have a function here that plays the sound, get an object, you get information, sounds logic. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at this point. What happens if you're on top or not? Another function that is here, another function that says show the data of the information, right? The title, the artist, the album, and the year are obtained by the DB, where the DB is the JData view. Sounds logic. What happens when you get, oh, and voila, look at this. Context, audio context, source, processor, filters. Oh, nice. So that means that at some point, he is using the Web Audio API. Okay, let's study a little bit more. Init the audio. The source is context create buffer, okay? We are connecting and we get the audio, okay? And this is the important thing that I want to do. It has a filter. It creates a low pass filter. Nice. It creates a low pass filter at the frequency 120. And then it creates a high pass filter at 120. Interesting. High pass filter. Are we doing the karaoke? Yeah. Okay. So 2 filters. Okay. What is he doing? Create the 2 filters together, connect the 2 filters. Okay, sounds good. And then this is the important part. Context. We haven't seen a create script processor. It's creating a processor. Okay. Oh, we don't know about the connector, but the filter is connected to the processor, and the low pass filter connected to the mixer, the processor to the mixer, and the mixer to the output. Okay. And the processor on audio process is the karaoke thing. Okay, we start, check a little bit. Things for disconnecting the nodes of the Web Audio API. Okay, and this is the important part. I enable karaoke, it's just changing the volumes. Look, when you enable karaoke by pressing the button, you set the volume of the regular source to 1, and you get the volume of mixer 2 to 0. That means that mixer 2 is the one that has the karaoke. And then here we have a function, okay, that is doing the following. This is the important part. Event input buffer from my input buffer, from the out that I'm getting, I get the left channel. So I'm getting get channel 0 from my buffer. The right channel is input get channel data 1. Now we have an output, and the output is the event output buffer get channel 0. Okay, we have an output. Okay, and then the length is the size of the input. And then we have a for here, and we are going bit by bit of our sound, saying that our output is going to be equal to the input, right, minus channel right. We are subtracting, okay? So subtracting signals is the same that adding the opposite phase, right? If you put it in that way, if we have our signal here, right? Because we know that in the left channel, we have value 5, 3, minus 1. In the right, we have 3, minus 2, and 1. Add the inverse, adding the inverse, that means that 3 becomes minus 3, minus 2 becomes plus 2, and 1 becomes minus 1. That means that instead of adding the inverse, we just subtract, okay? And that is what is happening here. Don't worry, I'm not expecting that we understand all of this at this point. But for your final project, maybe you should start to spend time on these kind of things if you are interested. But okay, now that we understand a little bit about how he created this, I hope that you see that, okay, it's longer than the things that we did. It has more buttons and more sections, but the logic is the same one, right? The logic of what we are doing is the same one, okay? And then we should be aware of that, okay? And then I want to show you guys another piece of code. He also creates something that is very nice because he managed to create, let me show you. In addition to the karaoke, he also create the bit audio API. Same idea, downloading the code, okay? And then I have it here. Okay, once that we understood what he did here, okay, I'm gonna download the one that has the bit tracking audio, okay? These are the codes: Spotify web IP, a script, a style, and index. Well, index, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, I just want to check them, okay? The style sheet, pretty much similar, just for the graphics. How are you gonna put it? Which colors are you gonna use in the web page, and so on. Sounds good. The Spotify web audio API, which is a huge library that we are not gonna touch. Sounds good, okay? And then his HTML with a bunch of things like the one that we did for removing, but important thing with a form and with a lot of things in the graphics in the web page, okay? And his script code where he has connecting to materials, right? Adding tags, and then the description about he is using the pics. Here there is a new thing. He is not using the audio context, but he is using an offline audio context. If you want to process a sound, but you don't want to do it on real time, you just want to get the audio, generate the process, and once that the process is done, put it back, because maybe you are making a program that gives you back the sound backwards. You upload an MP3 and then it gives you back the MP3 backwards. Well, maybe, and with a normalized, yes, it's a normalized page for normalizing audios. You upload another sound and I give you back the normalized backward sound for some reason, okay? Or removing sounds. Imagine, that would be nice. Remove silence. It's a web page that you upload and then it gives you back the sound without silence. Could be useful for somebody, right? Well, now, what I did for you guys is that I got this code and I did a very basic version. So we're pretty much done with the explanations, okay? This was important. This was important. So, okay. These are the two codes that you're gonna work with today, okay? The karaoke on the Spotify version and the Spotify web audio API. This is the required library, as you understand, right? And now I want to show you this piece. I want to show you this small fragment of audio, okay? And I will upload it here. Okay, that's it. This small piece of code, you just write a band. Could you tell me a group and a song, please? Any of you guys?
ACCB.
ACD or ACCD?
No, C.
ACC.
B.
B like?
V.
No, the other B. B of Vaca.
Okay, ACCP and the song?
But it won't. It's like a longer name actually.
Yes, it isn't like that.
Is it like this?
No, you have to put acto catártico.
Acto.
Oh my God.
Catártico.
Catártico.
Del colectivo.
In the chat.
Del colectivo.
Versátil.
Versátil. Okay. And then song?
What a terrible name.
Solo quédate.
Solo quédate. Well, let's see. No. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. Is it in Spotify?
Yes.
Maybe the accent marks or...
Acto catártico del colectivo versátil. Okay.
Or Morado J Balvin.
Solo quédate. Okay, let's try because these are you guys, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Acto catártico del colectivo versátil. Let me get the, how can I get yeah, maybe the side, maybe acto, oh, you say that it's here, right, in the chat. Acto catártico del colectivo versátil, solo quédate. Well, let's see if we can find it here. No, for some reason we are not getting this connection. Any idea? I don't know why we cannot get it. Maybe because of the space. Yes, I think the problem is in the space because it's a very basic example. We will need a name without the spaces. Oh, sad. Another band.
Without spaces?
Yes. Just for the testing.
Muse.
Okay, so we put Muse and the song.
Madness.
Madness, like that.
It's with just one single D. Yep.
Okay. We are not getting anything, which is not good. Let me try. Why? Let me refresh here. Muse, Madness. Search track. It's not. We are not getting it.
What if
401.
you put it with capital M, both?
Oh, do you think that could be the problem?
Could be, I don't know.
No. Because when I was trying with Madonna Material Girl, it has an space. Oh, no. It was working and now it's not working. In cut. No, something happens to the web page that I create. So let's dig it around. Let's debugging this piece of code that I just create for you guys. This karaoke on Spotify, okay? What's going on with this web page? Let me cancel, let me save it, let me go and check what could be happening. Audio player with triple R. Yeah, this should be fine. And then maybe we have a mistake here. Favicon, I don't care about the favicon. I will refresh and then I will put Madonna Material. Okay. Did you hear the music, right?
Yep.
So for some reason, now it's working. So maybe we can try the one that you gave me, the acto catártico del colectivo versátil, solo quédate. Let's
Teacher, what
see.
did you change in the code?
No, I just save it. I think maybe
Okay.
when I was doing some.
No tengo respuesta para eso, que no puedo estar bien cuando te pienso.
Nice, that's the music, guys.
Mi lugar. Quiero que sepas que no tengo respuesta para eso, que no puedo estar bien cuando te.
Okay, that's your piece. Congratulations, it's pretty nice. Okay, now what we did is that we have a small application, okay, that based on what you write here, okay, that is the one that we did, the acto catártico del colectivo versátil, right? Is that okay? I asked Spotify to give me a song like that. If it found it, I will get it, okay? And then I will pass it through the web audio API. And then I will remove the voices. That will be the assignment to do. But for now, okay, what we are doing is the following. We are, first of all, creating a form. This is a new HTML thing that you haven't checked. It's just a form. Form allows you to put things, okay? It has the place where you're gonna input something with an initial value, this placeholder that says type the name of the track and the band, okay? Then a button that says search track, okay? You understand? This is the form. Then I'm loading the Spotify web API JavaScript. And then I'm opening my script because it's too small and I will do it inside the same file. And I don't have any HSS file to do it. Then I create my typical web audio context and my audio context. Then look at this, very important. I create a variable for my Spotify web API. My Spotify API is equal to a new Spotify web audio API. Why can I call this? Because I'm using this library, Fernanda, a little mistake that you have in your code, okay? Is that okay? Sounds logic? Yes, did you follow me, guys? Are you fell asleep? No, not asleep at all. Could you turn on? Could you turn on?
Teacher.
This is taking ages. I apologize. I've been speaking for 2 hours. I need water now. I apologize. Could you turn on your cameras for a little bit? I'm starting to get distracted. Okay, let's drink. Ricardo, nice background.
Es que andamos en fachas, profe.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you're in pajama. Okay, so I know that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I just want to see you a little bit. It's okay. It's just that I feel that I'm taking ages to explain this. I've been speaking for 2 hours, and that was not the idea. Okay, but is everything fine, guys? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is this important for you? Is this valuable for you? Okay, let me know if this is valuable for you. Especially this part of the class should be valuable because it's when you can create a very attractive web page for your band, for example, where you offer to the audience an interactive experience and so on. Okay, so can you see? Can you see me, right?
Yes.
You have seen my full face, right?
Yes.
At this point. But if I go here, you see my page and you see me, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You can see my small studio, right? You can see my old keyboards, 25 years old, really old. All pretty old equipment, just pure old equipment I have, okay? So, good. Now, are you ready? We're gonna continue and then you are gonna finish this exercise in the coming hour. Is that okay? Okay, now, let's go back. Let's go back.
Yeah.
We have the audio. We have the Spotify web audio API, okay? And this is important. When you connect to the Spotify, Spotify needs to know who got connected. So what we're doing here is saying from the Spotify, get a token, and once that you have a get a token, Spotify set an access token. This is just a way, hey, Spotify, I will be playing with you. And Spotify is gonna give you a number, okay? I will give you a number for your testing. Thank you. And then you will gonna say, this number is the one that I will be using during this connection, okay? This is happening here, and it's very important. It's the first thing that you need to do if you want to connect to any API. Now, query input is just the, oh, actually, I don't think the query input is the one that has the query, the ID query, okay? So we need the input because we need to get what the user type, like the name, right? And then document query selector form add event submit. Once that, okay, you see the type submit, okay? Once that somebody click on the function of the form and this input submit, once that people press submit, a lot of things are gonna happen. Well, not a lot, to be honest, just some of them. First of all, I prevent default. I don't do anything if I press in the form when it is empty, okay? Then, if there is no audio context, I turn on the audio context, right? Later, look at this. This is the nice part of today. A Spotify search track. Look, you're saying, please Spotify, give me, and this is query input value is the content, is what I type. Trim, remove spaces, because otherwise if I type here Madonna Material Girl, but I put spaces here, okay, and then I put spaces here, I will get all of these and I'm gonna return something that is not appropriate. So trim, JavaScript trim, string. Trim is a method that removes white space from both ends of the string. Is that okay? Okay, so very basic. Get what I wrote in the form, write what I wrote in the form, remove it, okay? Look, this important thing, limit to 1, give me just 1 result, okay? Once that you give me back that is the dot then run this function with the results. The variable track is the results tracks item 0. From all the results, give me the 1. And this is important. Preview URL from the track, give me the URL, because as you can see, when we run this code, the one that you had here, and then we go to the console, and we go to the console, well, search. This is playing. Well, you can hear. I apologize, but now you are not listening, and I'm listening very loud in my speakers. But as you can see, what we got there was the URL that Spotify has for that 30 seconds preview. Okay, that's why we don't have to be logged in, because we can use that 30 seconds. And then I put them on the page just to see they are working. Do you remember that a couple of weeks ago I told you that there are many ways for connecting and getting the audio? Well, one of them is using what is called the HTML HTTP request, which you are saying, JavaScript, please go and connect to this web page, right? With this get method. Get is one way for connecting to a web page. You can dig around about that, but for now, we're just gonna use this as a recipe. Just connect, and the response is an array buffer. The response is not an HTML. Please give me the response as a raw data, okay? Okay, now, Once that you finish loading the connection, when you finish getting what I ask you to do here, okay, once that you finish in connecting here, please do the following. So let me, how can I do this? Yes, so you have it, I have it here, right? Whoops, sorry. You still see my code, right? So this is for get the audio. Okay, this is for getting the audio. This is for searching. This section that you have here is for search, and get the URL. Okay, the direction that is here. This is the direction. Okay. Now, once that you finish loading, if everything happens, once that you get a response with an audio, this is actually a bunch of numbers with all my audio, okay? This is my array buffer, is a bunch of numbers with all my audio. Once that you're finished, then audio context, the audio context, please decode the audio, okay, from what I get from the request response, okay? That means please understand this bunch of numbers as audio, okay? And once that you're finished with that, create a buffer audio source in the same way that we can create nodes, or we can create sinusoidals, or we can create pannings. Please create something where we are going to be playing sound, okay? And please fill my audio node buffer with the content of buffer, right? Is that okay? Where buffer is the input of this function, okay, that is filled with these numbers. Oh, I don't know if this is understandable or not, but I hope it is. And then connect to the speakers, and then start the source, and then you finish. And just for fun, I will also gonna get, and then I will say, in addition to that, please give me a Spotify API, please print in the console, get audio features for track. This is nice because you can get information about the song that you submitted. From which one? From the track ID. When did I get the track ID? Well, I got the track ID when in the top. It's not in this part of here. Oh yeah, it's here. It's in the track ID. The track, which was the first element of the results, which is what the Spotify returned. When I did the search, you give me a track, so I can say the track ID that is here, right? Give me, please. Then from the audio features, please give me the tempo, okay? Please give me the tempo. So, exercise for today, class. Extend this code, okay? You will have to extend this code in such a way that you apply an effect to the audio, and you are gonna print something else to the audio in addition to the tempo, okay? In addition to the tempo, and apply. That means that basically you are gonna apply here some modification. Here, you will modify it. You're gonna apply something to the filter and equalization or whatever you hear, okay? A filter or whatever you want. And in addition to that, you will get some information to the audio, okay? So where is it right now with code? I'm not quite sure. Let me upload it, okay, to the karaoke thing. So I'm gonna open CyberDoc. And then I'm gonna give me just 1 second. I'm connecting to my server, and then I'm creating here the following code. Do you have questions? Yoo-hoo. Hello, hello?
No, I don't think so.
Class, today is the class 12, which is, what day is today? 16 of May. Okay, and then I will put, I will close this one too, close this one too, and then I will create the karaoke Spotify. The karaoke Spotify, it's on class 12, and this class 12 go to my server, which is in Ajolote, and it's uploaded. Okay, so please, and then you will have to upload this towards Blackboard as an exercise. Okay, so I can download it and check. Okay, so one more time, based on the code that you have now in Ajolote web page Clase 12 Karaoke, you will have to download. Them. That means that if you go here, okay, and then you go to the Ajolote Web Audio API, now you go to the Clase 12, and in Clase 12 you have Karaoke Spotify, and there you have two files. You will have to download this file, okay? You also have to download this file, guardar enlace como. Now that you have that, you will open, you do not have to modify this one at all, the Spotify Web API, you do not have to modify it, but you will have the karaoke on Spotify. Once you have that one, you will modify this one on, okay? You will modify the HTML in such a way that you add maybe a little bit more in the audio part. You will have an effect here. And most important, you will include a bunch of features. What features can you use? Well, that will depend of, you will have to, if we were able to get audio features for track, that means that this is typed here. Get audio features from track, okay? And then these are the audio features, okay? How can I know which are the audio features that I can get from that? Well, you will have to go to the webpage of Spotify, okay? To the Spotify API audio features, okay, and get audio features for track. These are the features, and look what you can get. You can get tempo, ID, speechness, loudness, liveness, instrument, energy, acoustic, and danceability, and so on. Okay, you can get some information about that. The duration of the song in seconds or in milliseconds, the mode. Maybe we can even know the key. It seems that mode, this is major, and then you can know if this a banda, what's the name of your favorite band? Is the name of Acto Catártico. We can know the tonality of that song, okay? So you can program that. If you feel that this is very simple, extend this in such a way that you can get that information back to the web page. Not only in the console, right? Not only in the console, but also as some information in the web page here that you get, and then you modify them and you get information about that. And if you are even more challenging, then use some graphical things for making the drawing based on the content of the song. But that's too much. Maybe that's too much. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, it is 9:40. What about if at 10, half an hour maybe, 10, 10:10, we see guys here. We see guys here, but please upload that to a small space that I'm opening in Brightspace. Yeah, just for you guys, I want you to create a small place where you can upload that exercise. Is that fine?
Yes. Like in a half hour.
In half an hour, yes. Is that fine?
Yes.
Exercise. I don't know how to write exercise. Oh my goodness. Assignment in class. Exercise in class. Modify the web audio Spotify. Okay. It is already submitted. Okay. Yes, it is the space already in Blackboard. Exercise in class. Okay. So that sounds good.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Excellent. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes I'll be back if you have questions or doubts or comments. Okay?
Teacher?
Yes.
Could it be any kind of modification?
Well, not any kind. You have to apply some. What do you mean with any kind? Any kind that is in the web audio API, yes. And any addition to the audio features for the track also. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions? No? Any more questions? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Teacher?
Yes?
Well, it's not a question, it's some problem that I have with my homework. That yesterday my collection get lost. And on the night, I upload one file that was not my homework, but I tried to upload my homework and, well, Blackboard doesn't let me put another file.
Oh, let me fix that. I will fix so in such a way that Blackboard allows you guys to upload more materials to the assignment number 10.
Okay. Thanks, teacher.
Okay. Yes. Okay, guys. See you here. I'll be back in 10 minutes to solve questions, but I think you know what to do at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, hello. I'm back. I have created a small modification for my project, and then if you have any kind of questions, I'm around.
I have a question, teacher.
Yes.
In the get audio features, in that function, we substitute the string audio features of the certain feature that I want to add.
For example, yes, if you want to get something about the yes, how, for example, instead of in addition to the tempo, you can get the loudness, for example, or the energy, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher, I have a problem with downloading the files. When I run the program, it appears in the console that it has a problem. Uncoded in promise, dumb exception, unable to decode, and the name of the code, audio data, and then I don't know why.
Are you what? Could you share me your screen, please?
Yes.
Oh, I think that. Did you upload the? Could you press on the karaoke on Spotify HTML 42? You have something on 42. No, on the top, the first line. Yeah, press it, please. Okay, you are not getting a preview there for some reason. Okay, set/good thing. Maybe it didn't found it. Could you try with something else?
Okay, let me check.
In addition, I don't recommend you to call the files with the space, because as you can see in the top of your browser, now you have class and parentheses. But yeah, try something else. Try something that we know that it's working. For example, the one that I've been testing is just the one that I've been testing is the Madonna Material Girl. Well, but put whatever, but with double D. With a slash in. I think you can put this, well, material. Material, I think is material. Now it's fine.
Yes, teacher, is something. Yeah.
For some reason, you didn't found that song.
I test them and it run correctly like Madonna, but the
Okay.
others I proved it doesn't.
Okay, maybe that you didn't type it like that, or they don't have it in Spotify, or maybe we need the name, or maybe because this program is searching for the specific name, right? So if you have a typo, it could be a problem.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Teacher, sorry.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't I don't find where can I change the features.
You mean in which part in the web? In the web?
Which part in the code?
Oh, I see. The features where you have audio features dot tempo, you can get audio features dot mode or audio features dot key, for example.
Where is it?
Where is it? It's in line around line 65.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see. Thank you.
In the meantime, Lidia Alejandra, are you here? Omar Rodrigo? Yes.
Here, teacher.
Fabián Vázquez?
Here.
Carlo Pureco?
Do you hear me, teacher? Fabián Vázquez?
Yes, Fabián, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Carlo Pureco? Carlo. Here. Edson Francisco?
I'm here.
Mario Balmonte?
Here.
Sebastián Alfaro?
Here.
Sebastián Raúl?
Here.
Eduardo Lagunes?
Here.
Fernanda Jiménez?
Here.
Ricardo Gutiérrez?
Here.
Estefanía Briones?
I'm here.
Fernanda Mariel?
Here. Presente.
Javier Chávez?
Here.
Jared Ramiro?
Yeah.
Juan Pedro Villalobos?
Here.
Luis Arturo León?
Here, teacher.
Luis Ricardo Flores?
Here.
Oscar Eduardo García? Oscar Eduardo García? Sí. He's connected. Oscar, ¿dónde estás? Where are you, Oscar? Oscar Alain.
Here. Oscar Alain. Here.
Sí. Aldo Rafael.
Here, teacher.
And José Pablo Escamilla. José Pablo Escamilla. José Pablo Escamilla. I don't see him connected. José Pablo. Carlos Puereco. Carlos Puereco. So it is not here. José Pablo Escamilla. Oh, it seems Escamilla is not here.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
How can I make it appear the audio features, but in the actual screen?
Oh.
Just in the console? Or I mean, where can I put that in the code, actually?
Yes, you can. Well, at this point, the only place where you are getting it is in the sixth line, around line 65, right? As
Yes.
you can see, audio features.tempo. From the web page on the references, you can see that there are other information about it, right? Therefore, you need to, okay, maybe we can do that together. Maybe we can do that that together. At this point, just change the audio feature for another feature.
Yeah, teacher, I have just a doubt. I already changed the feature. But how can I like print like a line where it says the loudness of this song is
Oh, you okay? Let me send you the. I'm gonna send you this small code that I just found on the chat. Yep, up here. It's a web page where it says how you can change it, manipulating HTML. Okay. But you will need to have that a small white empty space in your HTML.
Professor,
Yes?
Oscar says that his internet was restarted, so he is
Oscar,
trying
who
to.
Oscar?
Oscar Alain de
Ah,
Jesus.
okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The only person that hasn't replied is Jose Pablo Escamilla.
Professor, sorry.
Yes?
He wasn't Oscar Alain, it was Oscar Garcia. Sorry.
Ah, Oscar Garcia. Yeah, he's already here also.
Yeah.
I saw him connected. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
thank
fine.
you.
Thank you.
Teacher, so once I finish the audio features, I have to upload the file to Blackbird.
Please do that. Yes.
Is it okay if I just upload the karaoke on Spotify.html, or do I have to upload all the 3 files?
3 wide HTML, the Spotify web audio, and which other one? There are only 2, isn't it?
No, they were.
Yeah, there's only 2.
Let me see.
It's the .js and the HTML.
Right. That's true. So I just have to upload both of them, or just one?
Both of them, please, both ones. Okay, guys, it's 10:13, and I don't want to extend the class longer than it was expected. So while I explain this, I'm gonna. Is it recording? Yes, it is recording. What I explained is while I explained this, you can finish it together if you need it, right? And in addition to that, I also have to say that okay, let's do this. Please upload this version, okay? But we have to work also on the assignment, okay? I have to ask you to do something which is very similar to what we did. I want you to do now connecting this with the graphical of processing, Okay, so let me explain you a couple of things. Right, first, let's go to what I was asking you to do. Okay, the first thing to do was the thing that many of you are asking in the last minutes. Oh, I need to share you my screen as fast as I can. Can you see? Yes? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so the first important thing to do is the following, or the simpler one. On the HTML side, please pay attention to this. Stop your assignment for 1 second. I'm just going to explain you a couple of things. Okay? On the HTML side, which is outside the script, okay, this is the tiny HTML part that we have, right? On the HTML side, I just wrote a small p for tempo, right? A p is a paragraph for tempo. This can be graphically way more interesting, but for now, paragraph tempo. And then I did a paragraph ID with an ID of tempo tag that has nothing on it, okay? It's empty. For now, it's empty, right? But it has a tag. It has tempo and tempo tag. That will give us something like this. Tempo, right? Tempo and nothing here, okay? Then at some point in the JavaScript, I create a variable and I say, like we did in many other things, we say document query selector, give me the one that has the tempo tag, okay? With the class tempo tag. Give me the one with the tempo tag class. This means that it is an ID with the ID tempo tag, And then in the place where I get the audio features tempo, right? I get tempo tag dot inner HTML audio pictures. In the exact same way, I can also go here, duplicate this, and in addition to the tempo, I can go to the API and check, for example, about the speechness or loudness, or in addition to the tempo, I will get instrumentalness or energy. Okay, for now, I will get the key, okay, to see the tonality, the key. Okay, so I'm gonna have here the key. Is that okay? And then it's gonna be key tag. Okay, key tag. And in addition to this, I will get the variable tempo tag, and this will be my k tag. We are getting it from k tag. Okay, and in the same way that I did here, I will also put, in addition to the tempo tag, I will put the key tag to be audio features key. Okay, with that I covered part of the assignment, which was the tempo and the key on the HTML. In addition to that, I decided I will create a karaoke version. So based on the karaoke, I did the following, and this is important. I got a process. Audio context create a process with 2 inputs and 1 output. Okay, I connect the source to the process to the speaker. Okay, and then it seems that process requires to be connected to a function, and the function is the one that was getting the 2 channels, right, and doing the modification on it. Okay,
teacher?
Yes?
Could you put all your screen in order to visualize?
Apologize.
Thank you.
Okay, so basically you can study this during the week, because this is going to start to base the basic project. This is the process. Okay, the process is connected to the speaker. The process uses a function, this is important, call a function that is below, okay, which is this function that is doing, at this point, the karaoke. Okay, it's doing the karaoke function. Okay, and then now everything is done with that we're asking you guys, And then if I go here, and then I get Madonna Material Girl, I get that is, it seems it's in C major and it has a BPM of 136. And I also, you can hear it, you cannot hear it. Let me show you my screen because, or how can I, because you cannot hear me, right? You cannot see, give me just 1 second, please. Because this is OBS, right? If I, can you hear me? Can you, hello? Can you hear
Teacher,
me? Yes?
do you think that maybe can you show me again the variables part where?
Absolutely, I can do that. Just let me know if you hear something here. Could you tell me if you hear the audio?
No. No.
No.
Do you hear it?
No.
No, you didn't hear the Madonna thing?
No.
Too bad. Give me just 1 second. Monitor, the audio descriptor. Okay, can you, hello, hello? Let me give you 1 second. Give me just 1 second. Monitor y salida. Solo monitorización. Okay, could you do, can you tell me if you hear something?
No, teacher.
No?
No.
Give me just 1 second. Give me just 1 second. The microphone is gonna be. No. Okay, so the easy way. Give me just 1 second. Portion of the screen. That's it. The share. Can you hear it now? Do you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So as you can see now, we have a karaoke version, okay, of a 30-second sounds coming from the Spotify, okay? Is that okay? I will upload this. I will upload this, and then
Bueno.
Hello.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Bueno. Mamá, ¿qué pasó?
Oh.
¿Qué pasó?
I'm gonna mute before we.
Dime.
Give me just 1 second, please. Give me just 1 second. I need to. Okay, that's it. And then to micro Fabian. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is the code. Can you hear my screen? Can you? I guess yes, and you can hear me, right? So 2 small modifications. I include the karaoke part that we learned in the other code, and I include 2 small connections to the tempo and the key. Your assignment now will be to include the processing part to create something more connected between the visuals and the music. So basically here, okay, here, okay, I'm gonna say it, you will be doing something with the audio, with the graphics, okay? As you can see, I'm putting here, maybe change color or size or location based on amplitude, okay? You can add all these values. You can add all the output from left to right. It doesn't need to be a karaoke anymore, but you can add the values and use that values for setting up the size of the graphic. And then the graphics are going to start to move based on the sound, okay? You will need a processor for sure, but you don't need necessarily to do the karaoke. Could be another function that do the processing, the graphics, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Which means that here you will also have to include the, oh, this is, should be, well, this is not in the script. Okay, let's do this. This is just for being able to write typo here, okay? Script to script. There is nothing here, and then I can type include the processing library. Okay, let's give it a try. It's not as easy, but you can help each other. Don't work on other code from the web pages that we were working last class. This needs to be written from the scratch. You just need to include the processing library, right? And once that the application starts, which means on document load, here you will write the graphics, the little graphics, and then you will modify the graphics with this inside this function. Okay, inside this function, and that's it. Basically, that's it. Okay. And in addition to that, we are going to start to think about your final project. Now that you know a little bit about this, you have to decide if you want to create something connected to Spotify, or you want to do something with Super Collider, or you want to use Super Collider connected to Freesound, or you want to just create a web audio API synthesizer, and things like that. Okay? It was a long class. I think this was a long class because it was a new topic. So next class is not going to be as that. We're going to be talking a lot about your project. So you have actually two assignments. One is to upload a modification to this code. And the other one, which you don't have to upload anything, is just to start thinking possible projects that you want to work with. I don't know if it's a good idea to work by pairs. Maybe yes. So you will have to connect between you and your friends. Maybe that is an option, right? Maybe it would be a good idea to work by pairs. No more than 3, but by pairs.
For the projects, teacher?
Yes, for the final project, okay? It would be good to work by pairs. Is that okay? Everybody can connect and things like that. So, yes. Do you have any other question?
No, teacher.
No.
So we just need to upload these modifications, and that's all.
Okay. Well, first of all, the one that the one that you just I asked you to upload, it's for this class, the exercising class. Did you upload? Did everybody upload to the exercising class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I haven't finished.
Okay, if you haven't, just based on this, do the small modifications and upload it, okay? And then as an assignment, you will have to include a more complex graphic on top of this, okay? Is that okay?
Okay.
On top of this, you will have to include it, okay?
So that's the assignment for next class?
That's the assignment for next class.
Okay.
Include a graphical part to this code. But guys, it cannot be something completely unrelated to this. You cannot draw balls and then the sound playing here. Now there must be a connection. The graphics should be activated by what's happening on the sound. And what's happening on the sound is here, okay? You will have to do something with the values that are generated here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, guys? Any other question? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this class. This class is opening a new topic, an entirely new topic, which means connecting with other resources. And that is nice, that is powerful, and then that's why it was important. But we have to cover all that topics. So thanks for your patience, thanks for your time, and that's it. The class will be recorded. If you have any kind of questions, you can always go back to the class, and I will upload this modification to our Blackboard space as well. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's it. Somebody, Fabian, did you wanna stay here for a second? Fabian Vasquez, is Fabian around here?
Yes, teacher. Sorry.
Yeah, do you still want to have a small meeting after the class?
Yes, but when everybody's gone, please.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. See you next week. If you have any kind of question, just send me a message, and then we arrange a personal meeting. Okay?
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, enjoy then.
Thanks, teacher.
See you.
Teacher, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Teacher, you said you were gonna modify the space on Blackboard of the assignment 11, right?
From the assignment 11, no, from the assignment 10. From the one that you couldn't upload, right?
Right, but I think it was the last one.
The 11.
Yes, the 11.
Oh, okay, so give me 1 second, because I think the one that I modified was number 10. Submission details, multiple attempts, grading just the last one. Okay. Unlimited attempts. That's already modified. All set.
Right. Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Okay,
you, teacher.
see
I
you.
also will upload it because I upload something
Yes,
wrong.
if you have to upload the previous one, you have time to do it.
Okay, thank you. See you. Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Goodbye.
See you.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Teacher, I got a quick question. I tried to upload the exercise in class, but it appeared like message in Blackboard that it was not safe to upload an HTML file. So I tried to zip it in another file, and I tried to re-upload it, but it appears like, I don't know, bueno, parece como si ya me lo hubiera subido, pues.
You have to speak in English. You have to speak in English.
Well, it appears like I already uploaded like the assignment that you instructed us to do.
Okay.
But it does not appear anything at all.
Could you do it again? Please upload a zip file. It's the best thing. It's the easiest way. Is just to upload a zip file with the 2 files, and I already modify it so you can upload another version.
Okay.
Could you try now?
Yes, it works now.
Okay, excellent.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.